Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio with my partner in crime this week, Preston, the Sports Cheetah. We've got some big news for you guys, and you're going to like this one. When I first heard the announcement, I was like, what? And then we're like, okay, all right, we'll go ahead and do it. And Preston, I'm not going to steal the thunder. I'm going to let you announce it because This is your product, the Cheetah Guide. What are we doing?
Yeah, the college football preview, essentially, for people that have seen it in the past. We break down every team, chart out most of the big conferences, each school, their power rating, their projected win total, projected lines and spreads for every game they're going to play that year. And we did really, really well last year as far as recommendations on season win totals that I'd play in conference futures. Typically, it's only been $25 anyways, but we're going to give it away for free this year, which is good. For people that put two and two together, it's obviously great on our end because we're going to get it in front of a lot more eyes, and then that hopefully in turn turns into more pick sales for me or for WagerTalk as a company. We're not going to hide that at all, but it really is, and the reason that I believe it'll do that is because the detail and the work that's in it is really strong. I'm proud of it. I'll back it, 100%. And it's done really well in the past, and you can go download last year's just up for free right now if you wanted to. Just take a look to see kind of what the formatting is and what to expect next month when we finish up here the upcoming season's guide. So I'm excited because I'm going to have a lot more people seeing it, and I think it really is worthwhile and valuable, not only from a profitability standpoint, but it really is a good kind of teaching tool for people that are trying to learn how to do this themselves. They have a nice base starting point to start the season. Okay, these are some power ratings, and this is where he sees each team is at to start the year, and then week to week you have to make adjustments and stuff based on what you're seeing and injuries and this and that. But for a lot of people, they just have no clue where to really start, and they're just flipping coins from the get-go. And so this will be valuable even in that regard, just for people that are trying to do it on their own.
Well, I was very impressed last year when I got to see it for the first time, and I sent it out to all of my media contacts. Gave them a copy of it last year, and they liked it. It got you some radio exposure as well. You went on, talked about it last year. Just a fantastic guide. And as impressed as I was last year, and then seeing the results that you came through, and you had with some of your division winners, and then you had yourself in a position, I know like North Carolina was one of them last year, where you had hedge opportunities in championship games where you were able to lock profits in no matter what happened. And it just was a great tool. And as the season went on, I know on Twitter and stuff, when you did get into those positions where you had teams where you had profitable situations, you were advising people that had bought the guide what you were doing with it. So, not only did they pay the additional or pay the money early on, but you were letting people know throughout the season some ways to lock in profits.
Yeah, it's happened to me before too, where I've put a future in and completely forgot about it. And it was my own future pick that I bet myself, and I still forgot to do something with it when I could have hedged out to break even or to lock in profit. So I wanted to make sure I tweeted pretty regularly. Like, for example, when Florida got into the SEC title game at 30-1, they weren't going to win that game against Alabama. There's no point of letting our entire bet ride on Florida to win. So we were able to back Bama, and we ended up locking up +400 or 500, depending on your lines that you got just from that. And North Carolina against Clemson was another one. And so, yeah, it was a year, as far as the guide goes, when you're looking at it last year, it profited over like 70 units. That won't happen again. So don't expect that. We just banked so many conference futures, like in the 7-8 to 1 range too. Like, just it was a perfect year for that. This year, I'm really confident that my season win totals will still hit at a 60 to 70% rate, which has kind of been the case every single year for the guide that I've done. Conference futures, we won't hit 6 of them at such high value, but in general, like I said, again, there's just a lot of value otherwise still in the guide too. So.
And understand it. Anybody that bought this last year, they would be running to buy it again this year because they made so much money with it last year. And then the word that got out about it, in the exposure, joining WagerTalk last year and getting on, a larger platform, getting it to the media, sales would have been a lot better, even better this year. And you know, for us to do that and you to decide, you know, hey, let's offer it for free. Kudos to you. And it's, again, just what we're trying to do at WagerTalk. We're trying to be different than everybody else. We're trying to have the best people on the site that we can. And I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that people see the amount of work that you put into us. When can we expect to see the Cheetah Guide this year, release date?
Yeah, it'll be end of July. I had said earlier that I was hoping to maybe get it mid-July or a little sooner, because I did start a little earlier because South Point was releasing all their games of the year. It's just so much writing. To be honest, it takes a long time just to write previews for every single team in the country. And so it'll be a similar time frame, end of July. Expect it to be out there for the masses.
And once we do have it available at the site, we will be making a lot of announcements. Obviously, we'll do another video, and we'll be sending it out via Twitter, letting you guys know. So make sure you follow Preston, myself, and WagerTalk not to miss any of the news on that. All right, guys. Hey, and don't forget, if you want to join us for the weekend, pick out your favorite capper, Thursday through Monday. Weekend All Access. We do it each and every week. You can get all of our plays for $69. Just pick the capper you want to have that weekend, and you'll get everything Thursday through Monday for $69. That's it for this one. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.